DYBU-YCBD. You've reached the Do Your Best Until podcast. And I'm your host, Michael Vaughn Williams. And this podcast is sponsored by Aquamatic Irrigation. So if you're in the Houston area and you need a lawn sprinkler system or a lawn sprinkler system repair, contact Aquamatic Irrigation. That's www.aquamaticirrigation.net. And I'm your host, Michael Vaughn Williams. In this episode, we'll discuss why we matter. And what that also means is why you matter. You may have found this podcast because you are looking for something and someone to let you know that you're important, which you really are. My name is Michael Vaughn Williams, and I am the second child of 6 children, 5 boys and 1 girl. Our parents did a great job letting us know that we were loved. They also encouraged us to do our best in everything that we did. We found out at a very young age that our father and his twin brother grew up without their father in the home. Their mother worked extremely hard to take care of her 2 sons. Although it was difficult for her and her twin sons, they did manage to make it with limited resources. My dad learned to love and respect his mother for all that she did for him and his brother. He and my mother also worked hard to feed and clothe their 6 children. Fishing was one of the things that my father enjoyed, and it also, of course, provided additional food for the family. I also enjoyed fishing with my father. One day when I was approximately 5 years old, I heard my father and some of his friends talking about going fishing. I asked if I could go fishing with them. I was told I couldn't go because this time only the adults were going. I was devastated. I kept asking, but the answer was the same each time I asked. Only the adults were going this time. As the adults filed into the car to go fishing without me, I ran outside and peered around a bushy shrub on the left front corner of the house. As the car passed by that corner of the house without me, it sank in. I was not going. I casually walked back into the house and went into my parents' room. I opened the chest of drawers where my father kept his pistol. I picked it up, placed the barrel of the gun to my chest, and pulled the trigger. There was an eerie quietness that filled the room, and nothing else. The gun was not loaded. If the gun had been loaded, I might not be here today. And even if I had survived the shot, our lives would have been dramatically different. I carefully placed the pistol back in the drawer, covered it, closed the drawer, and walked off. I never spoke of that attempted suicide until I was a teenager. The point is, none of us truly know when we were born or when our lives will end. We must take other people's words for that, for our birth dates, and of course, none of us know when our lives on this earth is complete. The most we can do during our lifetime is the best we can until we can do better. I tell this story because it points out the importance of, for one thing, gun safety. One of the things that my father did right was, of course, he didn't have the gun loaded. If the gun had been loaded, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. Why I say why we matter is because over the years, I've touched a number of different lives. There are at least 10 people that I know of that are here today because I survived. Either I saved their lives or I'm their father or the grandfather. I live today because the gun was not loaded. I'm sure if I asked some of those same people to share information with me about their lives and about the lives that they've touched, there would be stories about opportunities that they helped to share with other people and possibly lives that they saved because of their life and successes and interactions. Your life is important because your life also touches other lives. If you are a parent, child, student, orphan, homeless, highly successful, or barely getting by, your life matters. Do your best until you can do better. Life is about growth and building on that growth to get stronger. Future lives may be dependent on you continuing to live and your contributions to humanity. Someone seeing your journey may be motivated to keep going, and that journey may be what is needed to inspire someone else to continue. Think of a child learning to walk. They start by learning to lift their heads, roll over, crawl, stand up, take a step, fall, get back up, and eventually walk. Like a child, as we grow, we become more valuable to ourselves, to our current and future loved ones, and to society. Take time to appreciate your value independently of anyone else. Choose to be happy when others are successful and not envious. Also be deliberate in taking time to learn who you are and to understand your current position in life and to value your life. Yes, there may be some hard times that each of us face, but the point is that if you face that head on and do your best at that moment, things will get better. Realize giving yourself permission to do your best until you can do better reduces the stresses of daily living, because you know whatever task you undertake or whatever situation you're in, you're doing your very best at that moment. That focus will bring on additional opportunities as you continue to get stronger. A few key points from this learning experience that I had, and I said the learning experience, but it was one of those situations that I was 5 years old. I didn't realize that if I pulled that trigger, that would be the very end of it. I just knew that I wasn't happy not being able to go fishing. So just as parents, pay close attention to what is important to your children. Take time to help them see they value and what they value is important, even if they're not getting what they want at that moment. Let them know you will sit down with them when you return and plan out an outing with them. Of course, never keep a loaded gun where children can reach them. Now give yourself some grace as you're raising children, because it is not easy, but it is rewarding. My parents were doing their best, and of course it got better, but they weren't doing a bad job. I was 5 years old and didn't understand that sometimes parents need a break from children. The point is that all of us are important. Our life touches so many other lives. So just remember, if you're going through something hard, difficult, maybe even you don't think you can make it through it, just remember, just do your best until you can do better. Follow me on the Do Your Best Until podcast. I'm your host, Michael Vaughn Williams, signing off.